welcome along and welcome back to Attingham. Today we're going to be getting the seeding started. Our seeding window has opened and we're going to have to get the spring wheat in first. So we're going to do field 2A first, get the spring wheat into that, get that all done. And then over the next couple of days, we should be able to also get the canola in as well. We're looking to do that between sort of late March, early April across our 3 fields of that. And then as we go into April and May, so late April and into May, we're then looking to get our sorghum planted after that. So pretty full seeding schedule to go. And amongst that, I would very much like to try and get the rest of the medium weeds taken out of our fields. So there's a fair amount of work we're going to have to do to get those gone as well. But the initial thing to do is, is to get this done. If we can get this done fairly quickly today, we'll then see if we can do something about the weeds. How are we for fertilizer? I think I want to get a little bit more fertilizer in. So let's start this up again, and I'm going to grab one more bag of fertilizer, get our seeder finished, and then we can head out to the field and start getting the wheat in. Now, despite being much more organized this year, we've got a much fuller schedule, especially now that we've added field 2A onto here. So yeah, it's gonna be just a complete all systems go for most of the year. I think we need a lot of nitrogen on here. I don't think this can apply as much as we actually need. If you look at that, yeah, we can apply a maximum of 135 kilograms per hectare, and yeah, we need a lot more than that. Seed rate, we need to turn off the auto seed rate as well. So deactivate automatic seed rate. We need a standard seed rate on here, I think. I thought it would be low. But let's just go on to the middle of the field. Yeah, it's a low seed rate we need to do here. So we've got the right seed rate. It's now just our application rate. And yeah, I think have a... Well, can we increase this application rate? Let's have a look. Increase application rate... is K and M, so up that. Let's close that and see if we can apply it right up to there. That is 200 kilograms per hectare. That is a huge application rate, and it's not going to go very far, I don't think. So let's pop back out here and see if we can't start applying this. Drop down a little bit. There we go. Plenty of power in this 8340, and it's not going down as fast as I thought it would, but it is going down. And yeah, we're gonna have to refill after not too long. Hopefully we'll get quite a way into this field before I need to refill. At the moment, though, we're doing pretty well. I had to double check my seed rate because actually I was seeding at a higher rate than the field needed. And it meant the amount of seeds we had was going down faster than I expected. Thankfully, I've corrected it, and we seem to be using seeds at a far more acceptable rate at this point. And yeah, the field is going from a very deep red up to a very deep green in its nitrogen level, which is perfect. Means we won't have to go over this field again, and the worst thing we'll have to worry about as we go further into the year will be the weeds and getting rid of those. As I said, we're going to need a hoe for that. What I'm slightly worried about with that is that I think our crops have grown a bit. So we're at the very least going to need to have some care wheels on whichever tractor we take in to get rid of them. But I think more than likely we may have missed our window of opportunity on the other wheat fields to get rid of those weeds. So we'll keep an eye out. We'll see how it goes. But certainly we're going to be looking at getting a hoe on here in order to deal with any weeds in the rest of our fields. I love the efficiency of this seeder. How nice it is that on here we can save a lot of time on a farm where we've got some fairly small equipment and some fairly big fields. The width on this is nice. The fact that it's a direct seeder is really nice. And the fact that it also does the fertilizing as well. All of it just comes together to save us a whole load of time throughout the year and makes things easier for us to do. And it means that the 6 days that we've basically got to get, 3 fields off here done, plus another 4 fields. So we've got 7 fields to get planted in 6 days. So at least one of those days we've got to plant 2 fields is really great. I mean, I'm very, very pleased that we've got this piece of kit to do it, because it means at the end of that as well, we don't have to worry about getting these fields fertilized as well. As I was saying before, we only really have to worry about getting them de-weeded or getting them weeded and clearing up that mess, because direct seeding like this does mean that you end up with fields that not only have the small weeds as they germinate, but the big weeds as well. So yeah, we need to clear out those too, and yeah, we've got a few choices of hoes to go and do that with. And I think that when we get past these first 2 days, as I said, we'll actually end up grabbing a hoe and trying to get rid of the weeds in the other 2 wheat fields before the end of these 2 days. So probably put this doing canola, or yeah, doing the canola next time, and then we'll head over and get the wheat fields hoed and cleared out of the weeds, so that yeah, everything gets back on track. And just adding a second field, we don't seem to be disrupting ourselves too much at the moment. We managed to turn this field around pretty quick last time, and as a result, yeah, they are as ready to plant and as ready to do as any other field on here, and it's just going to make things so much easier, and give us the most profitable year we've had yet here on Attingham Park. We may even get 200,000, and if that's the case, we are certainly looking at expanding the farm again at the end of the year. What amazes me at the moment, though, is we are over halfway through this field. We're halfway through planting this, and we have only used 45% of the fertilizer. I was expecting us to have to refill a long time ago with the fertilizer, but no, it's holding fast. And we seem to be on track to not have to refill this until we move on to the canola. If that's the case for all of our fields here, we are going to do really well. We're not going to use up that much seed. The place where we're going to use the seed and the fertilizer, I think, is when we go and hit field 12C especially. It's our largest field on the farm. It is all silty clay, and it is going to require a heavy dose of seeds to get it done. So I think we're going to end up using 3 times the seeds to do that field. And as a result, that is going to be one that we probably have to refill partway through. This field, though, not so much. It's definitely taking the seeds pretty well, and that's partly because this is just loam. We are on the best type of soil we can be on here. Like most of our fields here on near Attingham Park, the field is solidly one type of soil. A real boon for us here, because it means that as we're not using the variable seed rates or the variable application rates, we tend to end up with a single application rate and a single seed rate across all of these fields, which is great. The only field where we don't have that is field 3. And we end up having to use an average, which is sort of the worst of both worlds rather than the best of it. So I'm quite happy with this field and the way this is working. Even field 6 over the far side of the river has I think it's pretty much solidly silty clay. Yeah, look at this. So silty clay, all of these are silty clay. This one here has this tiny bit of the silty clay through there. But yeah, 3 is the one that's straight through the middle of it has that. This field here, the one thing we do have is this has a low environmental score at the moment. That will go up as we go through the year and start to match our other fields. It is only like this at the moment because it's come straight off being a contract field and we've just bought it. So yeah, I'm expecting the environmental score across this field to rise fairly quickly as we go through the year and end up fairly high by the time we're selling any crops off it. I'm leaving a little bit of headland down this end here because it's at a bit of an angle and I'm going to need to come down to sort it. I want to make sure I don't leave too much of a headland though, because if I do, then we won't be able to do it in just a single stroke, which is what I want to achieve it in, really. Bit like the headland we've got at the other end, where I've been measuring it so that we can try and keep it as close as possible. Need to make sure we're inside the other tire track though, otherwise we end up failing to get everything. But yeah, we should have, I think it's about 1 width at this end here that we'll only have to clean up. It might be, actually that's a couple of widths. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go around the field a couple of times anyway in order to clear this up. But we are almost there and we still have 48% of the seeds in here and a whopping 30% of the fertilizer. Having put 200 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare on this field, that's a little bit mad. It really is. I had expected our usage to be much more than that. Just about there, we've got 1, maybe 2 more rows on the outside of here to go, and yeah, we definitely have 2 rows at this end to go. So the way I'm going to handle this is to come to the end here, set ourselves here, and then we're going to start by pulling this in on this side here and trying to even it out a bit. So round and in, and then when that's straightened up a bit, down we go, and we'll take this end here up to this corner, and yeah, then we'll go round and get the rest of this headland done and try and make it match up. And yeah, I think we'll have a little bit of overlap on this headland just to make sure that we capture everything and end up with the best coverage that we can get from this on this field. I'm actually quite pleased with this. The fact that we've managed to get all of this done before 1 PM in the afternoon, and we've managed to do it without having to refill the seeder tool is quite frankly amazing. I was expecting much more to have to do that. Also means we've got a massive amount of seed and fertilizer still left back in our shed. We are going to take this back to the shed and refill it, I think. And with so much of the day left, we might as well strike while the iron's hot and see if we can get that second field of the 7 that we know we need to do in 6 days done. That just means a single field a day is left, and we can easily manage that. The 2 fields that we've got to put canola in, actually, after this, are field, I think it's field 11 up there. Sorry, field 1 up the top. That is going to have some canola put in it, and in fact, is a lot better off nitrogen-wise than this field is. So it should end up using slightly less nitrogen than this field does. And then field 2B is going to use as much nitrogen as this is. Actually, that's a really interesting take. I think we need to look carefully. Oh no, it's 12C. Yeah, it's 1, 2B, and 12C that need to have the canola in, which makes sense. So I'm happy with that. That's a good way to go with that. I was initially thinking, oh, why does the canola get 2 fields that have which are loam and are going to produce the best yield? That's because one of our crops does have to have 2 fields. That is the loam, and this year it's going to be the turn of the canola, so that will produce a lot of canola for us this year, which is only good news because canola sells for really good amounts of money. That though is this field done. I need to go and refill this. And then we do have another job that needs doing this afternoon on the farm. So we're going to go and refill this, get this going with the canola, I think with the with a course running, and then we can turn our attention to the other job that needs doing on the farm this afternoon. And that job is over here. So while we've got pretty good setup here, we've got 587 litres of water and 662 litres of seeds and a fair amount of solid fertilizer on here still as well. These are looking decidedly withered. And that is because we are out of water here. So, yeah, we need to give some water to this. I think we're going to try and put in a water tank in order to do that. But as I said, first we need to get this refilled with fertilizer and seeds and get it going on field 1. So we're moving across the farm with the canola planting. And we get in here and get another bag of the Cali. Yep, we can. And then it won't take... So it takes a couple of bags of the fertilizer to fill this. It's about a bag and half, bag and 3/4 to fill this. Whereas the seeds, it takes a lot less of it to fill it each time. So we are getting through the fertilizer quicker. Will that fit through there? Nope. So back this off and see if we can get in here, get another bag, or get a bag of the double top this time. It's all the same stuff. We have been buying at the double top. We just, when we were unloading last time, we ended up unloading into bags, into Cali bags. So that's fine. Same type of fertilizer. And still 681 litres of that in here. And then we just need to grab a bag of the seeds and get that on. I think we are going to end up, as I said, needing to go and buy... Oh, wow, that's got nothing in it. Needing to go and buy some more fertilizer. Not sure how full some of these bags are. Yeah, that's better. 1,000 litres in that. Let's load this up, and then we can get this back out to the field and get it going and sort out the horrible water situation with our with our open air gardens. With the seeder refilled, we've got it back over to field 1, and we want to take it onto the field and then calibrate. So we'll take the application rate down. 165 should do it. We have a look. Yeah, we've got some deeper red patches in a couple of places. But yeah, I think 165 seems to be about right. Some places it's a little bit low, some places it's a little bit high. In all instances, I think it's fine for us. So let's bring up course play and set ourselves a course. And there we go. So that then will finish down this bottom corner. We have the right level of everything set, and it's going to use less fertilizer on this field than on the other one. And away you go. Oh, no. Ah, that is the wrong crop. We are going to end up with a crop of canola. I wonder if it will change it. Let's try again, because it is a direct seeder. So canola away, and we'll see if it actually does canola there or wheat. Yep. Oh, apart from a tiny little patch, it is actually doing canola. So that's really good news. We can leave that going, and we can head back over to the yard and deal with the gardens. Right, so in the past, we've had to sort these gardens out by driving a very long way to actually get any water. Basically gives me two choices. Either we try and modify the ground to make it easier for us to get at the water down here somewhere. And I'm not totally against that. We could drop it at the edge of field. And so part of me, you know what? We could very easily drop this at the edge here. I think we might do that. I had an idea that I was going to put a water tank in, but to be honest, I'm going to try and drop this. So let's go with our construction tool. So landscaping here is pretty good. What I want to do is lower this, and we want to lower this bit here, so like that. Wow. Just sort of be very careful, because I don't want to create holes. I just want to lower the land a bit. Right. Then we want to smooth it out. So, come on, smooth out. Thank you. Raise that a little bit and smooth it out again. Let's enlarge that. There we go. Right, how's that doing? That looks like a fairly good place for us to be able to back a trailer down and in, maybe. I think we need to smooth it out a little bit more. So let's smooth it quite a way back, actually. Yeah, like that. Not using an awful lot of money to do this, really, thankfully. Right, how's that? Yes. So that is a much easier way for us to get down here and to get some water. So let's go get a water trailer and see if we can actually get some water out of the river. So we're going to use 7810 to do this, and our water trailer is there. I don't know. I don't think there's any water in this at the moment. But having to go a lot less distance to go and pick up water is going to make a massive difference to us. And we just need to make sure that we have an effective roadway through. So ideally, I don't really want to go around the edge of field 3. I think what we want to do is find access maybe through the trees over here. And there are some fairly small trees. Yeah, we should definitely be able to maybe knock out a tree or two and have a route through here straight down to this, I think. So that's going to be a job for later. Us being able to come down here. In fact, I can see a very clear route for us to go. Reverse this up and down into the water. Nice, gentle slope. Much, much better than what was here before. And refill it. Oh, come on. There we go. You just need to get it far enough into the river. Our tractor is slowly sinking into the river. Right, forwards. Yeah, let's not drive too deeply in. Pull this very heavy water trailer out. I think there's some more work to do here. I think we need to get it so that we are even less of a slope down to here. Oh, I know why we're having trouble. Because we haven't hooked that up. Let's try this again. There we go. Much easier. And yeah, you can see up here, if we were to take this tree out in the middle, that would give us a very direct roadway through here and back to our gardens. So I think that's something we might do. I think we might go in and take that tree out. It's only a single tree, and do that. Let's reverse up to here. I could have started overloading, but I want to get right up to the tank, really, for a little bit more realistic approach. And there we go. Unload. And look at that. Instantly rejuvenated. We get some more corn going into here. I think we probably need to put a whole load of water back in the other one as well. So we'll fill this one up and we'll go and get another water trailer. And then I think we might have a look at our pigs and see if they need any feeding. So carefully backing down to the river. Right, and refill. Go into first gear and forwards. Hold ourselves there. Yeah, definitely need to make this, again, a little bit less steep. It's better than it was, and it's easier to get down here than it was. But that's still quite a steep drop, and you can see the tractor is still struggling a little bit to get out of it. And then, yeah, we'll bring the road. We take that tree out, we should be able to bring the roadway through here without too much hassle. In actual fact, there's a fairly good roadway we could put in there without taking that tree out. So I might do that instead, to be honest. And then we can put a little bit of a roadway down here and do this. There's still so much to do with this yard. I was hoping to build the house this year, but we're not there yet. We need about 40,000 to do that, and we're not in the position for that. We'll see where we are, I think, at the end of this year. As I said, we should be in a really good place. With our gardens up and running at full capacity again, what we need to do now is sort the pigs out a little bit. They're running a little bit low on a couple of their food types. So let's have a look in here, and you can see base food, they need a bit of a top up, and protein especially, they need a bit of a top up. So protein we have is the sunflowers. So let's pop into here and output some of these sunflowers. Open up here. Let's select from this one Sunflowers, yep. So spawn items. We can spawn up to 6 pallets. So, okay. And then from the other one, which is this one here, which we've just sorted out, they have, wow, we have so much. So let's, we need to go and spawn stuff from that. So into this side, close that. Come over here and open the production menu. And we should then be able to spawn from here. I can spawn 30 pallets. We will spawn 10 on this side here. And that should do it. Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. And only 2 on there. That's interesting. It hasn't spawned that many. And has left gaps at the end. So don't know why it's done that. We've got all of these potatoes as well. We have more than enough food, though, for the pigs these days, which is amazing. And once the fertilizer runs out on the stuff we are running on here at the moment, we're going to start using manure from the pigs in order to feed them as well. So, yeah, at that point, the only thing we ever have to buy to keep the gardens going is seeds. And that is a really, really cheap way to be feeding our pigs. Final 2 pallets of corn for now. We actually still have plenty in these gardens to feed. But this will put us over 80,000 litres in the pig feed, which is more than enough for them. I'm just trying to redress the balance a little bit on their food because we put all of our barley into there this year. And as a result, they have a lot of that and of their main base feed, which is this corn. They have, well, they didn't have very much. They now have over 12,000 litres. So you can see here, yeah, 50% of this we really want to be base food. So we want to get that up there. Grain is still a huge amount that they've got in there. Protein, they're still very low on, so we'll get more sunflower seeds in there. And the root crops is probably at about the right level at the moment. So, yeah, plenty to be going on with our sheep. With our pigs. Sorry, we don't have sheep on here. With our pigs. So that's all good. And I'm happy with the state of those now. Only thing we need to check is on the progress of this field, and yeah, it's doing fairly well. So I think we're probably going to leave this here for today. We will be back on this field next time with this tractor getting this done. But for now, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.